Hello guys, so today we let's talk about this interesting foundational fundamental paper in information systems from William King, Planning for Management Information System. So this paper is all about how can we plan for management information system, and it is very interesting. And I was actually surprised that most of the key concept and framework in this paper is still relevant in today's AI environment. And this paper was published in 1978 and it is still relevant. And we businesses are still making the same mistake. And let's dive in and see what we can take away from this paper. And if you are a PhD student in management information system, this paper is really very important, this framework paper, and very powerful. So I am doing my best to make sure that I talk about this foundational paper. So without further ado, let's get to the point. Business IT alignment. Part of everything we do as MIS professional is how can we align business with the IT needs. So before phrases like business IT alignment, digital strategy, AI roadmap become popular, there was already a clear blueprint for how technology should support organizations. And this presentation revisits a framework developed by William R. King 1978, long before ERP systems, cloud computing, or AI. So keen insight was simple yet very powerful. Was information systems should not be built from technology upwards. They should be built from organizational strategy downwards, which means you just don't build IT from um, you just don't build IT for building sake, but you focus on the organizational strategy and build an IT and MIS strategy that aligns with the organization's need. So what you're about to see is not just history, it is a logic that still explains why modern systems fail, including AI systems. There's a report I read that most business application of AI fail, and because I am very interested in AI, I even went ahead to buy a domain called businessleaders.ai. The whole idea is to understand why AI implementation fail and why some of the success stories we hear why they are successful. So reading this paper actually made me understand some of the answers to my questions. So in 1970s, organizations were heavily investing in management information systems, and yet many of these systems fail to deliver real value. So Keane argued that the problem was not technology, it was design philosophy. Systems were then built bottom up, focusing on automating tasks, reducing cost, and improving efficiency. But efficiency is not the same as effectiveness. It is two different things. You can have efficiency, but you might not be effective, and your efficiency might not be aligned with the overall business goals. So efficiency means doing things right. Effectiveness means doing the right things. Are you doing the right things? So most systems were efficient, but they were solving the wrong problems. So going to slide 3. Um, so King argued that MIS should not exist merely to automate work. Like we see AI right now, even without proper strategy, we see business leaders just integrate AI because of the fear of missing out. So its primary role should be supporting managerial decision making. Any form of MIS you implement or AI system you implement The primary role is to support managerial decision making. This To actually understand it, it requires a fundamental shift. MIS must be intrinsically linked to the organization's mission, objective, and strategy. So, at the time, many believed that MIS designers had no business engaging with strategy, and that was then they felt that because the MIS designer they don't have any business engaging with strategy, and they felt that it was beyond and above their authority to do. So King's contribution was showing that not only could MIS engage with strategy, but it must, and he provided a practical way. So before you just don't hire an IT expert and cut them off from strategy and just tell them to do what they need to do. So going to slide 4. Um, this slide actually shows the core Keynes framework. On the left is the organizational strategy set. We see the strategy, the mission, the objectives, the strategy, and other strategic attributes. Now, on the right side, we are seeing the system's objective, the system's constraint, the system's strategic designs, and the you can see the bridge. The bridge between them is what Keynes calls MIS strategic planning, right? So his key claim is that the relationship was neither well recognized or operationalized. So MIS strategic planning exists specifically to translate the organizational intent into the system's design. So this is where everything connects together. How do you translate this set on the right side to this on the left side? So the direct relationship between these two sets is neither well recognized or personalized. It is this linkage which is the province of MIS strategic planning. So going to slide 5. So here we're seeing defining the starting point, the organization now strategy set. MIS planning must begin with understanding where the organization is going. This is key. You don't just plan your MIS or plan your AI implementation without understanding where the organization is going. The mission defines what business the organization is in. Yeah. When you talk about the business mission, it defines the the business the organization is in, and so that mission gives you clarity of what the business is doing, and also what the business is not doing or what the business is not into. So first of all, you have to define the mission. You have to understand the mission. Then the objective describes desired future position, not just profit, but responsibility, quality, or growth. So you have to know your objectives. You have to desired future position. I have a good example here. Example: PPG industry aims to be accepted as a dynamic, responsible, and professional, managed, profit-oriented corporation. Then the strategy, the business strategy. These are actually the starting point of any organizational strategy set. Then the strategy is the choosing direction to achieve this objective. I give an example here. A firm strategy is a low price, low cost product achieved through product standardization. So anything could be your strategy. Then going to slide 6. So once organizational strategy is clear, once you have the strategy clear in the former slide, once you uh, now you must translate it to MIS terms, management information systems terms. So how do you translate the the strategy into MIS terms? Now, system objective define the purpose the MIS must serve, right? So often oriented. Often this is actually often decision oriented rather than operational. You know, the purpose the MIS is to serve. For example, to permit the determination of the best routing no more than 1 hour after a tentative routing choice has been implemented. That is the system of objective. The purpose the MIS is to serve. What is the purpose your MIS must serve? System constraints. This includes internal and external limits such as budget, regulation, or managerial sophistication. You need to understand the constraint of the system. The objective is what proposes the MIS. Then the constraint is what constrains the system. Then the system design strategy. These are the guiding principle for how the system will work. For example, exception reporting or modular design. So you need to understand how the underlying principle guiding the design effort. And I give an example here. The system should operate primarily in an exception reporting mode in accomplishing each credit monitoring objective. So you just need to understand that three MIS strategy set: system objective, system constraint, and system design strategy. And in today's AI implementation strategy set, I think there's also constructs for this, but we will talk about that later. Then on the seventh slide, the seventh slide, I said the process begins with people. So here you have to identifying strategy through a claimant analysis. So let me explain. King King recognized that routine strategy are often outdated and politically sanitized. So to uncover real strategy, he actually begins with a claimant analysis. This is identifying the stakeholder who have claims on the organization, and this includes owners, managers, employees, customers, suppliers, you can see government, the public. So the process involves identifying each group's goal. You need to identify the goal of each of those groups and reconciling them into the organizational objective. So, so strategy in this view emerges from managing the completing claims, not just formal planning documents. So I think I kind of like highlighted it here. You see the step one delineates the claimant structure. These are like the people, the stakeholders. Identify the stakeholders who have a claim in the organization. Identify the goal of each claimant. The stockholder is stockholder desire investment return. The customer desires product quality. The public desires social responsibility. Then identifying the organizational strategy, which we talked in the previous slide. So the organizational strategy and objective and strategy. So the idea is to connect the company's stated objectives back to the claimant's goal they're meant to satisfy. So that is what the slide is here about. Then going back to slide 8. So this slide illustrates how objectives, strategies, and attributes are derived from claimant analysis. So a good example, increasing earning may serve shareholders and management, while maintaining customers' goodwill serves customers and the regulator. So Strategic attributes such as decentralization or managerial sophistication shape what kind of systems are feasible. So these attributes are often ignored, yet strongly influenced by the system. Yeah, you can see organizational here. I have them in tables. You can see organizational objective: increase earning by 10%, maintain high level customer goodwill, produce quality safe products, organizational strategy, diversify into new businesses, improve credit. So these the following objective strategy and attributes were derived from an analysis of organizational claimants, stockholders, management, customers, and government. So going to slide nine. So this slide actually goes further to show the heart of King contribution. Like each MIS objective and constraint is explicitly derived from organizational goal and attributes. So, for example, a goal to maintain customers' goodwill may translate into rapid billing and responsive customer service systems. So, systems constraints reflect organizational conditions such as limited funding or decentralization. So this this makes system design a logical extension of business reality, not just a technical exercise. So if you take a look at the slide, I kind of like explained it, the transformation from organizational goals to systems design. How do you move from the organizational goal to how you design the system? So each element of the MIS strategy is strategy set is explicitly derived from organizational strategic need. So organizational strategy, improve credit practice leads to improve speed of billing, maintain customer goodwill, produce info for quick response to customer inquiries, decentralized authority. System must provide different reports involving various levels of aggregation. Poor recent performance. You can see availability of funds may be reduced. So going to the next slide, which is slide 10. Um, Tracing strategic thread from the boardroom. So this is actually a very important slide. So here we see how even technical design choices reflect strategy, right? So you see poor recent performance creates pressure for change, and that reality constrains the available funding available, which in turn mandates modular system design that delivers value incrementally. And this ensures that technical architecture decisions are grounded in strategic context, not actually technical preference. So this process ensures that even technical design choices are direct reflection of strategic business realities. So here we can see that because the company is under pressure and short of money, it builds a system in small, low risk pieces instead of one big, expensive project. So this is what the slide is trying to say. So the slide shows that this particular size, technical design choices are never neutral. Architecture decision reflects business realities, and good systems start with understanding the company situation first. You have to first of all understand the company situation before you actually implement anything. So it's literally explaining how business reality shapes technical decisions. Even so, this is actually what I'm trying to explain here. So going down to the next slide, that's slide 11, we are seeing the result, an information system that is integral, not not appended. So when MIS is planned this way, it becomes an integral part of the system, not appended. Systems automatically aligns naturally with organizational goals, and communication improves because managers and analysts speak a shared strategic language, and priorities become rational, and managerial buy-in is built on this process. So we are seeing that implementation succeed because alignment was designed from the start. You need to design from the start and align the system from the start. So going to slide 3, slide 12. So now the core challenges of the 1978 is is still the core challenges today. The terminologies might have evolved, but the fundamental problem actually remains the same, and how we ensure our technology investment are effective, not just efficient. So today we talk about digital transformation, AI strategy, cloud alignment, but the core question remains, are we investing in technology that is effective or just efficient? Again, are we investing in technology that is effective or just efficient? So, King's framework remains a timeless logic for closing the gap between strategy and execution. And again, going down to slide 13, the framework, which is this framework based on King 1987 paper, it remains one of the earliest and most clearest articulation of what we call business IT alignment, and it continues to shape how we should think about AI and digital strategy. And before I close, let's even talk about what is happening today in the world of AI. Now we are seeing a clear theme. AI today repeats the same mistakes uh, MIS made back in 1970s because there is this fear of missing out. Everybody's talking about AI. Every organization wants to get their own bite from the pie. So back then, Keynes saw organization bought computers, automated processes, optimized efficiency, and added reports, but didn't link system to business strategy. They didn't design for decision making. They didn't ask what problem are we solving. But we see today with AI, organizations just buy AI tools, ChatGTP, Copilot, and agents, automate tasks, deploy chatbots, build dashboard, but they have no clear AI strategy, right? No link to organizational goal, unclear success metrics, same mistake, new technology. So King's strategy set maps directly to AI. Organizational strategy sets, let's use let's replace it with AI strategy input. So let's use this to replace that and see how it actually maps together. So today, businesses, so this actually includes the we are mapping the King's organizational strategy set to AI strategy input. So we are changing the sentence. So now today, so in today's terminology, we are saying business goal is to grow cost and differentiation, competitive strategy, risk tolerance, regulatory environment, organizational readiness for AI. Now, let's map the MIS strategy sets to AI strategy set. So to do this, we are saying the AI strategy set will be things like AI's objective, the decision and capacity AI supports, AI constraints, uh, data quality, ethics and regulation, AI design principles, human in the loop, explanatory scope. So now this is exactly what many organizations do not formalize. So now let's check the efficiency versus effectiveness in the AI trap. So you know Keen one that efficiency is meaningless if it supports the wrong objective. So even if you're efficient and it supports the wrong objective, it's meaningless. So today, AI speeds up writing, AI speeds up coding, AI speeds up analysis, but speed is not value, right? Yes, you can code fast with AI, you can write fast with AI, you can do analysis with AI. That is efficiency, but those things don't bring value without strategic intent. Without strategic intent, AI creates more content, not better decisions, right? AI increases noise, not insight. AI automates poor processes faster. So King will say, if this paper was written now, King will say AI must support effectiveness, not just efficiency, right? AI, if this paper was written today, King will say AI will support effectiveness, not just efficiency. So again, if you look at stakeholders matter even more with AI, right? With AI, you need more stakeholders. Keen emphasize identifying the claimant group, and with AI, this is critical. Executives want insights, employee fears replacement, employees fear replacement, legal wants compliance, customers want trust, regulators demand accountability, and ignoring any group leads to resistance, uh, shadow AI usage, ethics scandal, failed adoption. So this is exactly King's logic applied to AI. So again, before I close, design principle matters more than the model. So King focus on the design strategy, not just the tool. So for tools like AI, this means when should AI assist versus decide? When what decisions must remain human? How many automation is acceptable? What error are tolerable? How do we audit output? Organizations that skip this deploy AI everywhere. They put it back. They put it. They put it back after failures. King approach avoids actually this cycle. So this is just it. So if you understand this paper, you understand how relevant it is even in 2025 in this AI driven world. Thank you.